Hello and welcome to the rings for the Outside the Locker Room match here at Ringwood. It's Bendigo versus Ringwood. Outside the Locker Room is a program for an awareness around mental health within sporting clubs, but that is being supported here by both teams today. I'm Adrian, this is Cade, and we're watching the fellas warm up to what is some of the worst music you have ever heard. Cade?
Oh, it's pretty loud. I don't know, players enjoy it, I guess, so well, just got to have a be understanding of the players, I think.
Well, incidental music is sometimes stripped from YouTube clips, and I think if you were watching on this on YouTube and that happened, you'd be pretty thankful. What are you looking forward to today, mate?
I'm looking at two teams that aren't probably living up to their personal expectations. Battle today for a very hard-fought game.
I agree. This is a couple of teams who haven't really set the world on fire in this league. Ringwood sitting second bottom, and it's just below mid-table for Bendigo. Ringwood, after winning the Big V Championship last year and stepping up really into NBL1 territory, will have a bit of a wake-up call about what they need to do to remain competitive at a level like this. Meanwhile, Bendigo, having been a Siebel side, used to many of the teams that you see in the league, they have quite a few big names in that team too, Kate.
Yeah, we've got Ray Turner, who's just come off a season from the NBL at the Sydney Kings. Matiang Muo, I think it's pronounced, played a couple of seasons in the for the Perth Wildcats in the NBL and has recently been playing down in Tasmania for Hobart. We've got Deontay Burton, who's previously been drafted in the NBA.
NBA player.
Didn't unfortunately work out for him, and has come down to Australia to have a go at the Australian basketball. Then we've got Chris Hogan, who's just a veteran of the league. 400 games.
A lot of games.
400 games at the Siebel level. And I'd keep an eye on him, actually. A couple of three-pointers may be sunk by him today.
Likes a three, and a bit of a family affair, I understand.
I think his brother's actually the coach.
Okay. So we'll see what I think will be a pretty well-matched game. Ringwood would like their chances for a rare win in this league against Bendigo today after travelling to Ballarat last night to play the top of the table side there and were defeated. Bendigo also played yesterday, Cade?
Yeah, very, very comfortable win over the Southern Sabres. Close to 30 points.
Okay. So, a little bit to look forward to. The referees are on the court. Miller comes to shake hands with them, and we'll see. So it'll be Miller, Gibson, Snow, Fennell and Sturt starting for Ringwood. And we're yet to see the Bendigo starting lineup, but you'd think Burton would be in there. Probably Muo, Hogan and Hansen at least. The big minute players for Bendigo generally.
I'd really like to see Ringwood come out, real aggressive, real take it up to Bendigo. That's been lacking in their game the last pretty much the whole season. But they're sort of just stood back a little bit and let everything happen, which really doesn't work, that they've figured out in the NBL1 competition. You really got to take it at them and see where you fit in.
So it is Turner, Hogan, Muo, Burton, and who do I miss there?
Hansen.
Muo has far and away the best haircut in the league and a headband to match. So hopefully we see some, if he's as flashy a player as he looks, then we'll see some fireworks here today. Centre's ready for it. Up goes Sturt and Turner. We'll call that one a 0-0 draw, and Bendigo come up with it. Muo it is now with the ball. Fakes the pass. Back to Burton. Burton with the screen from Hansen. Driving now on Miller. And that's going to be a hard one for Miller to stop. That's a strong body that Burton has.
I was watching him in warm-ups, and wow, some of those dunks he was producing were unbelievable.
Oh, Gibson appealing for the foul there. I thought he was held. Probably the referee, if it happened at all, was a little bit unsighted. And here come the Braves. Through Burton again. Muo breaks to the three-point line. Has the shot, looks pretty good from this angle. Just a little awry. And Ringwood.
That'll be a key factor today. Ringwood will look to push the ball against this Bendigo. A few bigger bodies, older bodies, and
well, the baseball pass and the pinball bumpers there got the. It was the speed that did the Braves in there. Sturt being pushed. Who's the foul there?
Adrian Sturt, I believe.
Unlucky.
Couldn't keep the hands out.
Yeah. Yep. Sturt it is. Was pushed a metre backwards by the driving Turner. Only to be called for the foul when he stuck his hands in there. So Turner on the free throw line. You'll give us his free throw stats here, Cade, won't you? The first is on its way, and it's a miss.
66%.
So he's batting below that average on this
30 from
set.
45.
So below average on this set, and the second one on its way, made. So they take the lead by a point to Bendigo. Miller dribbling under the watchful eye of Burton, and they set it up. It's going to be Gibson take the ball. Sturt now. Skip past to Snow, and I like to see Snowy shoot that one. He's put the three-pointer away in the last few years, but I really like when he starts to make him think like that. Burton for three. Can't make that splash either. Miller's away with the ball. And Gibson. So it's a three-point fest at the moment. Gibson makes one.
That'll make him feel good about himself.
And when he's feeling good about himself, the Ringwood crowd get a treat. So it's good to see him get one early. Muo with the ball. Turner turns. Oh, just a little bit too easy going baseline there.
The thing to look out for during the game is Matt Snowball, or Snowy as we call him out here at the Rings, doesn't look to run the point as often. Has made a career out of being the floor general, but with Joey Miller being added into this team, Snowy's look to run the two-man a bit more and give the opportunity to Joey, which it's a bit of a different look from the Ringwood Hawks.
Burton to Turner, who pops it up, and it drops from the deep. Miller it is with the ball now, finds Jacob on the run. Oh, that's a massive block. That is a massive block. Might have been on its way down, I've got to say, though. Cade, what do you think?
Definitely not.
No, Turner now feeling
very good about himself.
Top of the hoop.
Feeling very good.
Miller brings the ball through halfway. Down low. Good screen there from Fennell. Okay, Sturt has it on the block.
A hook shot probably
Turner,
here.
And fades away in the end. Oh, Muo. Gee, lucky not to do himself an injury there. Brings the ball. Looking aggressively up the court. Turner fakes the shot. And lazy little left-handed lay-in. Sturt with the foul. That'll be his second, which will bring Clark onto the floor after just arriving back from holidays this morning, you tell me.
Yeah, he's missed the last two games. Had a wedding in Bali, I believe.
Yep.
And just arrived back this morning.
Well, it'll do him no harm. The break, I'm sure. A little bit of sunshine during the cold Melbourne winter might suit Sean a little bit.
Not much of a tan, I don't think.
Turner it is. Spins the ball and crouches. Shots on its way. Makes the first one, or makes the only one for a three-point play. They lead by 5 now, Bendigo, and Miller advances the ball. Miller. Oh, a little wayward pass there. Got all the way to the block, looking for Sean Clark with the underground bounce pass. And Bendigo are away again. It's a barrel-chested Hogan. You say he's played 400 games in the Seaball. Miller arriving late, can't do enough to deflect the Burton shot, and that's down. Coach Ken Harrington, quite rightly calling the timeout. He's seen a few things he doesn't like, I'm sure. What about you, Cade?
I like the aggressiveness from Ringwood. I just don't think when they get in the half-court set, they don't run anything. It's just a lot of people dribbling around expecting others to produce things, and it's not going to work. It's not anyone skilled enough in the group to take it up to such experience and high-quality players of the Bendigo team.
Okay. Well, they're known for their team play, Ringwood, and that'll come to the fore, I'm sure. But at the moment, it's Bendigo who have their measure with a 7-point lead after 3 minutes and 50 seconds played. Yeah, a couple of fouls to Ringwood so far, but nothing of, I wouldn't say there's a distaste in the game or anything like that. It's just a, yeah, it's a good one so far. Ringwood can't score quite as freely as Bendigo at this point.
Also, giving up 14 points in 3 minutes and 50 seconds of basketball isn't going to win you too many games.
No, that's true. I think Sturt really did battle with Turner very early. I think the big body size of Turner on Sturt wasn't helping him. A couple of fouls to Sturt might be a blessing in the end. It's seen him to the bench and saw Sean Clark come on.
And Ringwood made the change. Joey Miller to the bench and Nathan Truman to the floor.
Matthew Andronicus has come on for Turner for the Bendigo Braves.
Just replacing one big body with an even bigger body.
That is a huge body. Snowy it is now with the ball. Gibson to Fennell. And Gibson gets the ball back at the block. A little bit of hassling from Burton outside. A little bit of help. Okay. Snowy it'll be to bring the ball back in.
A nice little pick and pop play here.
Clark has the ball.
Ooh,
Fades
the
away
fade
and shooting.
away.
Oh.
I tell you, everyone will laugh at that. But if you watch Sean Clark at training,
Yes.
the first half an hour of training, he'll be running around doing shots like that just to warm up. And everyone's like, what are you doing, Sean?
Well, he's developed no rusts lying on the beach in Bali. Here comes Snow with the ball. Pushing.
Lovely touch pass by Nathan Truman.
That advance there from Snow was just classic him, and he saw that we had that Ringwood had the numbers by one and pushed the ball, resulting in a Clark layup. But we didn't hit the scoreboard, but really smart play from Snowball. Oh, Sean.
Oh, he kicked that, I thought. Yeah.
I don't know if he had a plan or what that plan was, if he did have one in mind, Sean.
The classic case of the big old 205 centimetre guy thinking he's at the point guard.
Truman to bring the ball back in. Snow it is. Guarded by Bartlett. Bartlett chopping his hands in there. He's got not much for the Clark screen. Bartlett running all over the court in defence. And Gibson pops up with it after a shot, and from the elbow knocks one away. So it's just back to 3 points. That's a good result in the end from Ringwood, who looked like having turned it over.
And it's just come down to effort. Truman really provides that effort in both the offense and defensive end. He'll be a bit frustrated with that one, but he really gives a lot for the team. It's not noticeable on the stat line, but the effort he brings is real influential towards the team.
Foul will go to Truman. Do you think Ringwood have an answer to this Burton drive? It's quite a strong one.
I'm not sure. Maybe take a step off and see if you can make a couple of shots. I'm just going to question that. How was that not an over-the-back foul?
Yes, looked a little foulish to me. The result's the same. Ringwood have the ball.
Sean has no luck with those over-the-back fouls.
No,
a couple of weeks ago with the Kilsyth call.
Oh, God, yes. He's not one to feel hard done by, though, our old Sean. Gibson dishes to Truman, who finds Fennell, just caught napping, and the ball escapes him. Out of bounds. Bartlett will bring it back in.
Now, Bendigo gone with the two biggest bodies on the court.
Yep.
Probably in the league on the court at the same time, which will be a big struggle for Ringwood.
Andronicus, he's a huge man. And Muo makes a 3-point shot. It's out to 8 points. Little head fake there from Snow. Crikey, I hope he's okay.
That could have been ugly.
Turner it is. Just falling. Had his legs taken away. So Snowy will go to the line. First one's away and made. They trail by 7 points now, Ringwood.
Good to have Snowy back.
Yeah. Crowd favourite. One of the most creative players in club history and a club legend.
He'll be go down as one of the greatest for the club.
Burton has the ball. There's that drive again. Turner now. Geez, when Matt Fenella's being pushed around like that, you know that's a strong player.
Don't be surprised to see Matt Snow guard Turner a little bit. For such a little man, he backs himself in.
Andronicus comes up with the rebound. Spends quite a bit of time in the paint, Andronicus. Not sure he can count to 3. Muo with the ball. Oh, Snowy just pinched it.
No cutters.
And again, the experience of Snow there, just kicking it out when the rush of blood might have come after what was such a good steal. No, not for Snowy, the reckless drive.
Hogan subs back in.
Muo goes to the bench. And Snow will bring it back in for Ringwood. 3 minutes, 9 seconds to play, and it's a Bendigo lead of 5. Finds Fennell. Yet to hit the scoreboard, Fennell. Tries the right-handed under. No, just can't make it go. Turner comes up with the ball, dishes to Burton. Into the corner for Hogan. Back to Turner, and Bartlett with the ball now. Sizing up his options. Andronicus cuts low. There's Turner again with the ball. Bartlett, long range. Oh, didn't make it happen. And it's Sean Clark with the rebound. So, Ringwood with a chance to bring this back by a couple. And it's with Clark outside.
Ringwood needs more movement.
Oh, it's a travel. Yep. Ringwood needs more movement, Cade. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, but just everyone's saying flat-footed, not moving. It's just a frustration for the coaches down on the bench, and just flat-footed. No one moves the ball. It just stays stagnant on one side of the court.
Andronicus out of the game. He'll sit down for Matthew Johnson, now standing in the corner there, number 20.
This is a very different looking lineup for the Ringwood Hawks that over the years you wouldn't traditionally see, with Trevor Latham and Sean Clark both on the court at the same time.
Yep. A foul called there. I think we might see it on Latham. No.
On Sean Clark. First personal, I believe.
Yes, first personal called by the bench. The towel boys are out there. It's an under-12 side, isn't it, Cade?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one, but it's definitely an under-12 side. Who aspiring to be one day playing on the big stage like the senior Ringwood Hawks.
Local heroes. Oh, that's a good little pass into Hogan, who makes the easy 2.
And everyone has run away from the basketball.
Jacob Gibson has the ball, number 25. Sizing things up. Clark there for the screen. Turner, hand in his face. Trevor Latham backing his way back in after returning from injury that we had thought would keep him out for the entire season.
A PCL scare. I'm not sure if it was torn or damage to the PCL.
Well, he looks to be okay now with a neat little hook there, bringing up his first points for the game. Hogan driving. Oh, very lucky to get the ball back. Johnson tries for 3. And Snowy
Don't often see that.
just didn't have the awareness that he usually has as Bartlett stripped it from him. Burton backs it back out, and he's on the way. There's that drive again.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
That was one of those freakish dunks that you were talking about. Geez, a very athletic fella, isn't he?
You wouldn't pick it.
Dunked at one end and...
he nearly put Trevor Latham on a poster. I would have hung that one up in my bedroom.
Offensive foul there. Called against Turner, I think. Nathan Truman to bring the ball back in, probably through Snowball. Andronicus back into the game for
Can't
Turner
get over
after that
dunk
foul.
attempt.
Well, wait till he makes one, then get
Yeah.
all excited about it.
Yeah.
I'll see if we can ask him if you can have his autograph later if you'd like, Kate.
Might have to.
Here comes Snowy with the ball. Truman looking for Trevor Andronicus. There's no way around.
3 seconds.
Very unusual to see one of those called. There's just very few ways around Andronicus, isn't there, Kate? He's quite wide, as you know, the shoulders, a couple of axe handles wide.
Broad shoulders.
Hogan with the ball, outside 3-point line. Burton now. Out to Bartlett. Bartlett looks and pulls up from mid-range. Can't make it. Oh, Sean, nearly wasteful. But no, Matthew Johnson gets in the way. At just the wrong time, and that'll bring up the 5th foul for Bendigo, sending Jacob Gibson to the line. Gee, the bench at, it's like an AFL bench over at Bendigo. They don't spend too long sitting down.
Score a basket, start walking to the bench.
This is the Bendigo rotation system. Turner back on, Muo back on.
I reckon Turner's...
Did Andronicus play 2 ends?
I reckon Turner's had 3 substitutions this quarter alone.
Gibson makes the first.
But that's noticeable in the minutes played. Everyone
Really share it around.
really shared around minutes, especially the core 6 or 7 players.
Yep.
190 minutes to the 250 type.
Gibson makes the second, and Miller returns to the game for Matty Snow. Rolling ball. Burton will grab it eventually. Oh, Miller. Just giving him a scare. Stood on the line. Burton looking perplexed, but it's a shot clock problem
This
with
would
the
be
bench.
very frustrating for Ringwood.
Yep.
They walked away with the rebound.
Yep. And the bench has cost them a possession. Hogan comes in. There it is with Turner.
Having flashbacks of
Trevor
Snowy
Latham.
diving on the ball.
Oh, yeah. Matthew Johnson can't make it go from the corner. And Miller with the ball. Brings it into the front half with 15 seconds on the clock. Dribbling low.
I'd like to see Joey
Sizing
Miller
up
really attack the bucket on this possession. Try to get as deep as he can.
Oops. Dishes to Latham, who throws up. Whoa! And there's Jacob Gibson arriving just in time for the rebound and bucket. That brings
Very
Ringwood to
unusual look to end the quarter.
a Latham 3-point attempt.
That is something you'll never see.
Good to see, though, that Ringwood have made something of the last possession to bring it back to 2 points at quarter time. How did you see the first quarter, Cade?
I saw it pretty aggressive. Ringwood with the poor start again. It's a bit of a common theme lately, trying to dig themselves out of a hole. And just Bendigo going to the people who are hot.
We'll see you in about a minute and a half's time for the start of the second quarter. And welcome back. We're going to start the second quarter here with Nathan Truman bringing the ball back in for Ringwood. Looks like they're starting the second quarter with the same team that finished the first, and same thing for Bendigo. I don't think any changes there too.
I'm surprised to still see Sean Clark and Trevor Latham on the court.
What do you think the thinking is there? I think Sean Clark dishes out a 3.
Ken Harrington's trying to counter the size of...
Yeah, maybe that's true, yeah. It could also be that, with... Sean is a very, very good three-point shooter, and threw one up there. It's always good to see Trevor inside if that's going up. Matthew Johnson with the ball. Hogan. That's Amuo now. Gibson just pushes it. I'll have that, says Sean Clark.
Very good defense from Jacob Gibson.
Yeah. Calls the opportunity.
Jacob Gibson hobbling to the bench.
You keep an eye on that. We see Matthew Snowball coming back into the game. And Muo, who looked like he didn't enjoy being outstrengthed by Sean Clark. Out-muscled. Bendigo make one.
That's something I don't understand. Snow is a very strong individual, and I don't see how he is physically able to be pushed back a metre without a foul call of some sort.
Yeah. He looks like he's questioning the same thing. A brilliant pass there from Snow to Latham. It was for the easy bucket in the paint.
Good help by Sean Clark.
And
Ray Turner with the foul.
Not enough young men in their 20s named Ray anymore. I like it. He'll go to the bench though for Matthew Andronicus. And Snowy brings the ball back down the court. A chance to make it an even game after a turnover from Bendigo. Muo cuts around the screen from Clark. It was like that was a contested mark there from Trevor Latham.
What are your thoughts on the headband? Bandana type thing.
I think he's got a great look.
I like it. How would you like the little flappy things flapping in your face?
I think when he runs, it streams behind him and it makes him look faster. Matthew Johnson goes back to the bench for Hansen. No, I like it. Got to do something. It's basketball after all. It's a bit of showmanship in this game. Here goes Snowy. Trevor Latham.
Hard to post up from the three-point line.
Snowy gets the ball to Clark.
He's got to shoot it.
Gee. He did too. Oh, just not in time. I really do like to see him shoot a three-point ball, Clark.
He has to shoot it in rhythm, though. That's when he's at his best, shooting the ball from the three-point line in rhythm. When he hesitates and thinks about it, it's a bit wayward, I reckon.
Okay. Well, he might have proved you right there. He had the chance to go rhythm, too. There's a foul. I think that's going to Truman. This is just a... Yep, Truman it is. It's a lesson on how to drive the ball, Burton. This is... what was that fella played at the Tigers? Williams. He used to do that.
Homicide
Williams when he was at Melbourne. Just take the ball.
Very big NBL1 fan, so if you're watching Homicide.
So Burton emulating Homicide Williams here at the rings today. But getting, doing what he wants on his way to the basket. It's really hard to stop. Can't make the first free throw. The second coming.
78% free throw shooter. Don't see too many of them miss.
The second is on its way and made. All net. Latham brings the ball to Miller quickly, who sizes things up in the backcourt. Calling the shots. He wants someone to the corner. Latham and now Snow. Doesn't want Truey in that corner. Get out of there. Doesn't look like it's flowing freely for Ringwood here. There looks a bit of frustration and confusion. Latham makes a two-point mid-range shot. Hogan gets it back in quickly.
I think the issue is Ringwood's trying to bring the big fella out to use the on ball to try guard it. And unfortunately, Trev isn't coming to set the screen, which is making it hard life for Snowy to come off the on ball.
Muo just threw it out of bounds, thought he was fouled. Here comes Snow. So Ringwood score here to go in front. Miller sneaking through the paint in the baseline. Latham turning. Here goes Snowy on the way to the basket. Muo with the foul. Will he be called to the baseline or to the line or the free throw line?
Baseline.
Baseline. There it is. What are we going to see here, Cade?
Just a little bit of a Ringwood classic play from the baseline. Bit of a pick and pop type situation.
Truman unable to benefit from it. Muo with the ball, shoots over. And it's Snow.
That's a possession Bendigo is probably going to revisit a fair few times. The mismatch.
Yep.
Muo, very, very long and strong guard. Not too many players like him in the league.
Yep.
Lovely move by Matt Fennell.
Might have been touched on the way to the basket there. Couldn't get his right hand up.
It's very slick.
So 6 minutes 49 to play. Truman guarding the shooting Hogan and then breaking to the other end. Fennell with the rebound and dribbling towards the basket. Gets through and out the other side of the paint. Skip pass from Truman. Nearly didn't make it. Miller with the ball at the top of the key. Shoots over Andronicus, who was really caught sort of awkwardly footed there, Andronicus. Couldn't get his hand up far enough to stop the three-point shot going in. Muo with the ball. He's not that quick though, Muo, is he?
He's explosive.
Right.
So quick first step, but you can stick with him once you're going.
Andronicus has the foul there.
A stat I'd like to point out from today's game. Burton already with the 5 assists.
Right.
So he's got the 7 points and 5 assists.
Yep.
Very efficient in the offensive end.
Well, his drive, the defence is all at sea when he's driving, so he's got options everywhere. If he's not seeing it, if he's not seeing the rim on those drives, he's got 2 or 3 options every time. Muo makes a long-range shot, so they get out to a 2-point lead. Miller, this is to Sturt. Seen his first minute since the first quarter. Oh, I don't think that was intended for Fennell, but he's got the ball nonetheless. Sturt, again, a wayward pass into the paint. He's not happy himself with that. And no, Fennell can't make it go. The ball hit the floor after hitting the rim, so rebounding not on for anybody. Muo can't make it go. Miller on the streak. Look at him go. Sideways pass to Sturt. Now with Latham. And it's with Snow to slow things down and call the shots for us. Snowy. Sturt with a 3-point shot. Splash! There they go, 1 point up. And it's Bendigo this time with the timeout. What do you think Coach Hogan there sees that he wants to correct?
They're playing Ringwood's style of basketball, so they're playing into Ringwood's hands. Ringwood aren't the quickest team. They're not the most explosive or big, and Ringwood's really exploiting that, slowing the pace of the game down, trying to pinpoint passes and things like that. While Bendigo probably are looking to speed the game up, get the ball in Burton's hands, and really speed the game up and try get easy looks in transition.
As much as we've talked about Burton's game, it's Jacob Gibson from Ringwood who's leading the scoring, and you might be surprised to hear that. He hasn't been I don't think we've called his name a whole lot, but he's ticking away and getting those points on the board.
A few easy looks. Hello to his family back home. I know they're watching this afternoon, or I assume it's morning over there. So hello to the Gibson family. Hopefully we'll see Jacob back out on the court soonly. I think he's just getting a bit of a touch up from the physio.
Okay.
What seems to be a bit of a sore foot.
Well, that underlines the point, doesn't it? I mean, he spent the last few minutes on the bench injured and still leads the scoring. I'll say that the points, although the dominance or the attacking look from Burton hasn't dried up, the points have in the last few minutes, and he's been dishing more than he's been shooting. There it is again. There's Bartlett with a 3-point shot, can't make it happen, and it'll go out of bounds.
I'm very surprised Matt Fennell did not grab that rebound.
Why?
He loves a stat.
Loves.
He loves a stat.
Snow. Now, that is Rayner for his first minutes on the court. Snow, not a real, I think it was an attempt to get fouled more than an attempt to make a basket. Rayner coming onto the court for the first time today. That's Tanner Rayner, 190 centimetre guard. Not sure that 190 centimetres is barefoot by the look of him. There it is with Fennell.
I think he just
And
looks
Miller.
small because he's out there with Turner and Latham.
That's true. There's Sturt for his second 3-point attempt of the quarter, and he makes that one go. It climbed up and over the front of the rim.
Very friendly roll.
Yeah, and they're 4 points ahead now, Ringwood. Rayner to Turner. Burton has the ball. And the shot is away from Hansen. Didn't go. And here we go. Ringwood have the ball. Fennell, Sturt, looking and going left. Oh, there he is for his third go at it. Just getting a little bit more confidence is Sturt. Had 3 shots there, so...
That one possession right there had more offensive rebounds than Ringwood had all last night.
Really? 0.
Last night, Ringwood had 1 offensive rebound and a combined 27 rebounds for the whole game.
Well,
They were dominated on the glass last night.
Sturt doing his part to turn that around here today. Yeah, well, given that, this is a good performance on the glass from Ringwood. This is obviously a strong rebounding side. This Bendigo side.
Leading the rebounds by 3.
Yep. Turner fading away to hit one. Here comes Joey Miller with the ball. Three minutes to play here at the Rings. It's Ringwood by 2 points. Miller hits it to Snow, who's got the mismatch there with, it has Fennell with Bartlett. Now Clark shoots a 3-ball. Can't make it go. Burton striding towards the ring. He looks hungry to drive. Still not giving up the dribble and wants it. Once he sees Miller is guarding him, he's certainly eager to get into the paint. Oh, Miller getting out to Hansen in the end. And it's Rayner with the weird sort of pass over the shoulder to Turner. Makes the basket.
Timeout from Kenny Harrington.
Ken Harrington. We're all tied up here at the Rings. 2.5 minutes to play. 2.5 minutes to play. 32 apiece. 3 fouls apiece. What are you saying to your side at this point in the game if you can, Harrington? Cade?
Keep attacking the glass. I reckon this timeout would have a key focus on keep being aggressive. That's what they've been lacking in the last few weeks, aggression. When he's saying aggression, he's not meaning give me the ball and I'm just going to score it every time. He wants you to be aggressive and then pass it to someone else who can score. So that's what he's been really pushing in throughout the locker room the last few weeks, and hopefully we see it translate into the games in the next couple of days or weeks coming to get a few more wins on the board.
What do you see on the Ringwood bench? Anything that can come out of the bench to help things along?
We've got the few younger kids, Matty Roberts, a New York guy, who could step in for a couple of minutes. They don't have to do anything special out here. They just need to play a few minutes, give the starters a little bit of a rest. We've got Rawson, who will give a lot of effort in defense and really crash the boards hard. So if they get the chance, their job's just to keep the margin as little or to 0 as possible, and to even try push it out a couple to give the Stars a little bit of a breather.
And we're back in motion here with Miller. The speed of Miller matched by Turner on that occasion. Sturt fading away, no go. Turner comes up with the ball. 3-on-3 in the front court. Pulls up at the free throw line, makes it go, and it's going to be Matty Snow with the foul. So Snow picking one up there. He thought he was set, hands out, but no, it's his first foul. And Turner will look at the basket foot for a second time in a few seconds to make it a 3-point play. There it goes, 3 points. Sturt brings it back into Miller. Joey Miller it is, bringing Ringwood into offense. Matthew Fennell, up it goes, can't make it happen. Fennell still to hit the scoreboard today, Kay, at nearly half time.
It's very unusual.
We should see him. Here go at least one better with the free throws to come. So maybe this will get him going. Hansen going to the bench now.
When he is going though, it's unbelievable to watch.
Let's hope for Ringwood's sake that he can turn a little bit on here. Gets the first one going through the rim. So hopefully that's the start of a turnaround for him scoring-wise today. Second one on its way. Just bounces off. We had a break. Had a break from Hogan, I think.
That's one thing he's really struggled with this season.
Turner
the free throws. Matty Fennell really battled from the free throw line.
He'll get a third chance at this in this set, and looks like it's good. So that's a bad, costly break there from the Braves, who've given up a point after breaking on the rebound. Turner's got the ball. Out to Rayner. And back to Burton. Oh, there goes Turner on the... Muo from 3 points in the corner. Okay. Look at Snow go, head down. No foul called, Rayner just deflecting the head. Snowy dishes to Miller. Miller pulls up and can't make it go. Very difficult shot, sort of fading away from the basket. Ooh. How are we going to go? Are we going to call this? Yes.
Thought he was very lucky there.
Yeah.
Stood up into the space, I thought.
Yep.
Very unlucky.
Nonetheless, the foul called on Burton. Charging foul. And Rayner's going to the bench to see Matthew Andronicus re-emerge.
But no one seemed to question it. So maybe it's just up in the grandstand here.
He had a good look at it. He did seem... He was in the right position, but maybe he hadn't been there quite long enough for me to say that he was set. The towel kids back out with that mop, that very quite ineffective mop, I've got to say. The towels do a better job. Here comes Fennell.
Very persistent, the Ringwood Hawks, with that mop though.
Yeah. Here comes Snowy, brings it through the logo and moves right. Round Andronicus, the door opens. And Miller will hit the three. No good. Turner, strong rebound, and off he goes. Hogan fakes, dribbles, shoots. Look at Andronicus, those long arms. He's hit the floor, and it's 5-on-4 coming down the court. Andronicus does well to recover and sprint to position. Look at that. Oh, gosh. He did well to get into position there, Sean, but just lost the handle. And Turner gets...
Still haven't seen Jacob Gibson back on the court yet.
It's true.
I think this next week's break probably come at a good time for the Hawks with a lot of niggles and injuries.
20 seconds to play. Burton with the ball. Burton throws it up with a second to go, with 10 seconds to go, and oh gosh, Ringwood back into attack through Fennell now, and we'll see a charging foul there. No. No, referee not sold. So a defensive foul for Bendigo there will send Matthew Fennell to the line. I will say that we can see Jacob Gibson on the back court here from where we sit in the commentary position, and he does not look very well at all.
He looks very unhappy with, I think, the lower left leg.
Yep. Nothing. Look, well, I don't mean to worry the Gibson family that we've said hello to, but he's really limping, and it doesn't look a good injury. So, no broken bones, I wouldn't think. But I don't think we'll see him play again today.
The bag of ice in the hand.
Yeah. So the towel kid's back out. Pretty much just one kid mopping it with the towel and another kid smearing sweat all around the paint with the other thing, that whatever that thing is.
It's just a good experience for him.
Bendigo lead by 4. 3 seconds to play in the half. Matthew Fennell can make it a 2-point deficit with 3 seconds to play. First shot on its way. Made. Deficit back to 3. Matthew Fennell, second free throw to come. No, can't go.
That was a travel.
Snowy. Gee. Tried the shot, and Hogan with the...
I think that was a pass to Sean Clark.
It's a facial block by Hogan, who stood up in that pretty well, I've got to say. It was quite a blow to the noggin. All right, so half time. We see Jacob Gibson still on the bench, but leading the Ringwood scoring with 11 points. It's Ray Turner with 17 points for Bendigo, so he's overtaken Burton as the most dangerous offensive player at the moment. Turner also leads the rebounds. We've got assists from Burton at 5, and Matt Snow, unsurprisingly, leads the Ringwood team in assists with 3. Tell us all about the first half, Cato.
Like the women's game, it's just quite close, aggressive bodies, and both teams are trying to find a way to break the game open, and we'll see that come in the third quarter, as they say, the premiership quarter.
All right, so we'll see you back here after in about 9 minutes' time if you're at home, and we'll recommence. It's Bendigo by 3 points at half time. And it's 1 minute to play. Back here at the Rings, it's half-time. This is the outside the locker room round here at the Rings between Bendigo and Ringwood. Outside the locker room, a mental health program for sporting clubs. Google it. It's a great cause and something that really we should be speaking about a lot more. It's something that the Bendigo Braves have been implemented in their junior and senior programs, and Ringwood are going to do the same. What are we going to see here in the second half here? Caden, have you got a tip for us?
I don't think we'll see much different. I think both teams have changed slight things like the way they're playing, the tempos, maybe try to stop certain players. Like Ringwood's obvious idea would to be stop Ray Turner with the 17 points at the half. Like, you got to slow him down somehow.
Yep.
And maybe Bendigo got to change the way they're moving in the transition.
Yep.
So they're getting back real slowly and making it pretty easy for Ringwood to try to pick them apart early in the shot clocks. So their transition is going to be a key factor during the first 5 or so minutes of the quarter.
Okay, well, we'll see if you're right. It's Fennell, Snow, Latham, Sturt and Miller to start for Ringwood, while Bartlett, Muo, Turner, Hogan and Hansen it is start for Bendigo.
And a bit of word outside the Ringwood change rooms. Jacob Gibson is most likely not to return for the rest of the game.
That's a shame for Ringwood as Trevor Latham gets some points. That's back to 1 point. Bartlett brings the ball up the court. Looks quite a plucky little player, does Bartlett. Muo with the ball, great hair and headband flying behind him. Hansen goes around onto his right. Turner looking to get around Latham, does so with the left hand and hooks it in. Oh God, Snow wasn't watching and Trevor just popped it out in his feet.
It's a classic Trevor Latham and Matt Snow play, that one.
Connected, are they? Muo.
Oh, the nice
dribble.
little
Makes the basket
wrap
off the
around the
glass.
back of the leg type. I don't know what you'd call that play.
Miller pulls up the dribble and it's with Snow now. Looking to get it back in the hands of Miller. Opts to dribble past and give it to Matthew Fennell. Right-handed shot from the left-hand side. Can't go. And Turner rebounds the ball. Gives it to Bartlett. Back with Turner now. Hansen to the corner for Muo. Muo just. Ooh. Turner. Oh, that's such a shame. The ball just popped out of Muo's hands and flew into the air, and for all money it was Matty Snow's, but Ray Turner just too big. Popped over the top and pinched it back. The basket goes to Bendigo. Trevor Latham's going to end up with the ball. Good luck pushing Turner under the basket here, mate. Has some success and the left hand can't get underneath. Bartlett charging into attack. One hand all of the way to the basket. Trevor with the rebound. Miller in response gives it to Sturt. Sturt left-handed layup underneath the basket.
Now, Adrian Sturt is a right-handed basketball player, but prefers to shoot the left-hand layup than the right-hand layup.
I didn't know that. That's the kind of insight that you're here to provide, Kate, and you're doing very well. Turner with the ball now. Just shapes to shoot. Now inside the paint and fading. Makes it.
That's a man that's feeling it.
Yeah. Miller brings Ringwood back into attack. So it's out to 7 points now. Ringwood have just got to be very careful here that they don't let it get any further away. Snowy shapes to shoot at 3, but now passes to Fennell, who makes the basket. 3 points.
That's better
the
ball
Ringwood
movement
side
from the Ringwood Hawks.
Yeah.
Inside out type.
Yeah, and a good decision in the end from Snowy to for that extra pass. Had all the time in the world to size up his own 3-point shot. Here comes the sweat smearer. Hogan going to do a little bit of mopping work of his own, it looks like. No. Referee wants a chat.
We've got Luke Brody over there doing his usual water bottle passing. Real clubman who's been a pivotal member of the Ringwood Hawks basketball community for many years.
Yeah, several championships to his name as team manager. Muo trying for a long ball, didn't make it. 4 points the gap here. So probably a wasteful one there from Muo at a point where Bendigo were looking to put the foot down. Trevor finds Miller crashing through the paint, and Miller shoots under the pressure of Muo, can't make it go. Bartlett calling the shots and bringing it into the front court. Passes to Muo. Muo out to Hansen. Hansen finds Turner at the block. He turns. Muo with the skip, and no good. Oh, it's gone over for a violation. So perhaps we'd say that Ringwood didn't make the most of that period, that 4 or so minutes when Burton was off the court. He's quite a dangerous player, one of the best in the league, and has been sitting down for a while, and yet Ringwood trail it by 4. Miller now with the ball, out to Snowball. Fennell looking inside. Miller busy, cutting from the other side of the court. Sturt offering the screen, and a foul will go to Hogan. Quite surprised he is by the call, and yet he finds himself with his first foul. Snowball gives it to Miller, and Trevor running the long route. Now backing in off the pick. Sturt. Snow for a rare 3-point attempt. No good, and Turner comes up with the rebound. That's his 10th rebound of the day. Burton to the corner for Muo. Burton with the ball again. You see a familiar trek towards the basket from Burton. Tries a 3-point and gets it.
That's something we haven't seen yet from Burton. We haven't seen a 3-point attempt.
No, doesn't look like there's much he can't do though. And Snowball driving. Dishes to Trevor Latham, but the foul is called, and it's on 21. 21, maybe 31. Hansen. Yep, Hansen it is. He'll go to the bench for Matthew Johnson to re-emerge.
We've got the 2 massive bodies back on the court.
Yes, and not matched by Ringwood in the same way that they did in the first half. We just see Clark relieving Trevor of his duties, so they're not looking to have both. Look, Sean Clark push Andronicus there. Looks like he threw it. It's a foul though on Andronicus. So 2 shots to Sean Clark. Trail by 7, Ringwood here at the rings, as Clark makes an attempt on the first free throw. Can't get it all the way there, so no advance in the score. 4 minutes 56 to play in the third quarter. Bounces, squats, and shoots. Makes it this time. 5-point ball game. 6-point ball game. Got a bit ahead of myself on the scoreboard. Burton with the ball. Andronicus rushing to screen. Johnson gives it to Muo, who drives into the paint. No good. Just
runs into a brick wall. Good help by Sturt.
Yep. And now Sturt arrives to screen for Miller. Gives it to Sean Clark, who's looking to shoot. Andronicus arriving, so he opts out of that. Now got the mismatch on Johnson, but it doesn't go to him. Goes out of bounds after a deflection, and Ringwood will get the ball back. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Substitution, Turner out. Cowling comes in.
Cowling for his first minutes of the game. averaging 11 minutes 11 minutes a game for Bendigo this season is Cowling. Sean Clark with the offensive foul. So turnover there at an inopportune time for Ringwood. They trail by 6 and really need to keep that scoreboard ticking over. 4 minutes 17 to play in the third quarter. Burton brings the ball through the logo. And Muo setting up. A little confused he looks.
I think he ran into a Sean Clark shoulder.
Oh, Andronicus well positioned to get that rebound and the dunk. Yep, he's a giant. Burton in particular like that.
He really does like it. Wasn't too impressive. Good on him. He's 210 centimetres big. Doesn't really have to jump to get up there.
Fennell weaving and wafting his way into the basket. Makes one. You get as many points for that as you do the dunk. 6 points the gap. Cowling for 3. Can't happen. Hits the glass. A brick.
Yep.
Miller dribbling into the front court now. Snow back to Miller. Long range 3-point attempt and Andronicus gets the rebound. So Burton, oh, there's his second 3-point attempt. No good. And Fennell comes up with the rebound. Looking for Clark down the court, but he's not ready. Fennell driving and fouled. Makes the basket and one to come. That's great to see when Matthew Fennell is driving confidently, Cade.
He can finish during anything.
Yeah,
contact.
That's true.
Through.
Blindfolded.
Bring out a truck.
Over his head.
Truck will run over him and still be able to put the ball.
Flip it out with some spin on it. So he'll shoot the 3rd-point attempt. And turns it into something special for Ringwood. So they trail by just 3 with 3 minutes to go. So a little good mini fight back here from Ringwood. Burton with the ball. Miller to guard him. The screens arrive. Muo. Ooh, an offensive foul. Cowling, I think it was, called with the foul.
I think Matty Fennell sold that one pretty well.
Yeah.
Not much in it.
Was it Cowling or Johnson?
Cowling with the moving screen.
Okay. So, Snowball brings the ball back into Ringwood's front court. Looking, eyeballing Johnson. Miller, a little flip passes at the top of the 3-point line there. And just as we wrapped up Fennell for being able to finish under any conditions, he throws one over the basket. Burton now tries the same thing. He's fouled. Doesn't make it go. So yes, you mentioned Ringwood's bench earlier. I am anxious to see Hewitt Guy play a little bit today. He's a very, very tall player, but needs some more experience, I think, against the bigger bodies.
Yeah, very, very thin body.
Yeah. He'd be giving 20 or 25 kilos away to a bloke like Andronicus.
I reckon a bit more. Maybe. Yeah. He's something he's really trying to work hard on, Hewitt Guy.
Yeah, he needs to work it out.
Gaining some weight and putting some muscle on. Hopefully when he comes back from his stint at college, we can see a bit of a difference in his body size, but time will tell.
Burton with the second free throw. First one wasn't made. Second one, neither. Andronicus, these too easy.
A missed box out from Adrian Sturt. And
he'll be very disappointed with that.
They're the things that really deflate the team, the little effort.
Fennell to Truman. Haven't seen him shoot the ball as much as he normally would, Truman, tonight. He hasn't played as many minutes as I suppose he'd like, but he shoots the ball far more than normally. Into his 10th minute here for Truman, as Muo shoots. These offensive boards are really hurting Ringwood at the moment. There goes Fennell through the paint and out the other side. Fennell sizing up the drive. No. It's just him and Burton. He's going to try it. Out to Sturt. Great 3-point shooter is Sturt. There he goes. He's put Ringwood in front, I think.
That's a man full of experience.
Yes, a lot of
Played
experience.
all over the world.
No, again, I'm a little bit early on the call. It's now a 2-point game with Ringwood trailing 51-53. The timeout's called, well, it's anyone's game going into three-quarter time.
Yeah, still haven't really seen any team try and make a break for it. I reckon this game will go right down to the wire. Whoever wants it more in the last couple of minutes.
Yes, fantastic generalisations there from our special comments man, Cato Fidelani. Let's go through our stats here. It's Ray Turner leading the scoring for all comers with 23 points. Adrian Sturt rocketing up the charts on the other side of the ledger though for Ringwood with 13 points. Muo with 14 for Bendigo, and Burton. It's just, I don't think he scored 1 point since about a couple of minutes into the second quarter. So,
and he just missed 2 pretty simple free throws.
Yeah. Turner leading the rebounds for all comers with Fennell trailing with the first best Ringwood player on 5. Snow with assists at 4, and Burton still at 5. So no movement in those 2 players with their assists. We've got we still see the heavy rotations on the Bendigo side, and not so much. We haven't gotten too deep into the Ringwood bench. I really think I'd like to see a little bit from Guy and Roberts in this quarter. I really hope to see it. I don't like the next quarter rather. I don't think I'll hold out my chances too much though. We haven't seen him so far. Burton gives it to Muo. Ray Turner now. Oh, finds Andronicus on the cut, who just goes underneath the basket and pops it back over. They're out to 4 points. Snowball with the ball. Strong pass to Truman. He'll shoot the ball. And no. Andronicus with the rebound. Out to Muo, to Turner. They've all had a possession. And they've just arrived in the front court. Here comes Burton. Truman defending him, as Fennell does now with Muo. Johnson takes the ball and pops it inside to Turner. Turner he'll look to shoot the ball. Well done by Adrian Sturt.
Very good defence.
Yeah. Did enough, got the hand out there, made it very difficult for Turner. Now Sturt's going to get called an offensive foul here. He just pushed Ray Turner in the chest there. He's looking like he's trying to get some kind of reaction from Ray, but not having any of it is Ray Turner. It was a very clear foul, just a push to the chest.
Very undisciplined.
Not sure what the point of that was from Burton.
So take the possession away from Ringwood.
Yeah. What?
With the shot clock.
He picked it up and then did nothing with it.
Get the last look.
Ooh. Truman strips the ball from Burton. Ray Turner, it's 1 second on the clock.
Oh, I don't understand that one.
Well, tell us all about it. Tell me where your confusion lies. Here we go.
So Matt Fennell had the ball in his hand, and the ref stopped the game because of the sound of the shot clock. And the game possession clock hadn't finished yet. So there should be one more second on the shot clock, on the scoreboard clock. I think that's a error by the referees.
Matthew Snowball agrees with you and imploring the referees to make a change or revisit their decision there. No dice. So at three-quarter time, 4-point lead to Bendigo. It's anybody's game, I say here. It's quite a low-scoring affair, but it's anybody's game, Cade.
Yeah, no one's really shown that they want to run away with this game yet. So it's going to be like a game of chess. Each move, and whoever's in the lead at the end is probably going to win.
Well, either side yet to find a checkmate on the other. I wish you could get a shot of the Towel kids over there dancing. They're having a ball over here. But the change in music here has, maybe left them a little defeated. They're not quite as eager on this song as they were the one before. Again, the music really paling. Three-quarter time. 4 points to Ringwood. Our leading scorer is Ray Turner. Adrian Sturt on the Ringwood side leads with 13. 11 rebounds to Turner and 5 for Matthew Fennell and Burton and Snow. 5 and 4 assists apiece. One more quarter to go. I need a tip out of you here, young Cade. Who's winning this?
Bendigo.
Margin?
9 points, I reckon. Bendigo will run away with it. I think as the game gets closer to the end, Ringwood will start to lose their composure a little bit and play a bit more frantic. There's not enough players that'll go out there and just settle everything down and just run everything how it should be, which is a bit disappointing at times, but I feel like the high quality of players Bendigo have and the way Ray Turner's playing, it's going to be a big ask for the Ringwood Hawks.
I think he's the key. If we, in being Ringwood, can quieten Turner down a little bit. What are we doing here? We're seeing free throws.
So there was a technical foul at the
buzzer.
At the buzzer.
Okay. So it'll be Truman to shoot them, and with a chance to bring it back to just a 3-point game. He makes the first one. I'm going to go Ringwood by 1 or 2 points, maybe with some overtime.
Wouldn't be the first overtime game the Hawks have played this season.
3-point game, Ringwood ball. Snowy with the ball, guarded by Bartlett. And Truman now sizing things up, looking for Trevor inside, no good. And Sean Clark, no, can't happen. Hanson got the ball, out to Bartlett. So yes, I think I'll be watching Ray Turner very closely in this quarter. If we can, Trevor can really keep him quiet, then I think we've got a chance, Ringwood. Trevor gets the rebound. Looks pretty good for a guy who's been out for 6 or 7 weeks with a knee.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's missed a...
No. Andronicus reaching there into Sean Clark's range of movement and draws the foul. Sean Clark will go to the free throw line. I reckon he'll make both of these. He's very reliable. 2 fouls to Matthew Andronicus. No worries for him at the moment. But this will bring it back to a point if Sean Clark, as I predict, makes both of his free throws. There's one. Easy as you like.
Nothing but net on the first. And looking over the Ringwood bench, it looks Jacob Gibson is definitely done for the day.
Changed into his street shoes. Sean Clark misses the second free throw.
Bit disappointing for Ringwood, but it gives an opportunity for other people to stand up and have a crack at it.
Well, that's maybe true, but we haven't seen anyone out of the ordinary play basketball tonight. We still see Matt Roberts sitting on the bench. Bartlett, round to his right. Truman all over him. This Ringwood defence has really gone up a notch in the last minute. Oh, Ray Turner. I think Trevor Latham could have done a little bit better with his body there. He was better positioned than Turner, and Turner's size just got him in the end. But the positioning of Latham wasn't quite where it should have been. We're going to see Muo return to the bench, return from the bench rather. Matiang Muo comes on for Matthew Andronicus. And Ray Turner will line up for a couple of free throws. 2 points in it. He'll get the chance to extend that. Misses. A bit of a let-off for Trevor Latham, who looks like he's pondering life there at the block. Second free throw to come from Ray Turner. Off it goes. He missed that one as well. And a redeeming rebound for Trevor Latham. Bartlett guarding Snow it is as it comes into the forecourt. Snowball looking at it. Not a great pass from him. Hogan was able to intercept, was unable to keep it inbounds though. Here comes Adrian Sturt off the bench. We're going to see Sean Clark take a rest. It's Burton sitting down again for Bendigo. So maybe this fact that his scoring dried up has left him less than.
Yeah, we haven't seen
favour.
much of him since pretty much halfway through the first and second quarter.
Very ambitious shot there from Matthew Fennell. Gee, Ray Turner, when he gets a bit of speed, is a frightening looking side, isn't he? Good job from Nathan Truman to tap the ball away, and Snowy comes through now. So, no advantage in the break. Snowball gets to the rim, but no good. Muo, elbows everywhere, somehow attracts a foul. Number 8, so it's Snowball who has the foul. He'll go to the bench and Miller will return. 8 minutes to play, 2-point ball game. The Braves have it at the moment.
Joey Miller subs back in, gives Snow a very well-earned rest. Very low scoring here today at the Rings.
Yep.
The game of the defences, I think.
Oh, Joey Miller with a great steal there. Can't quite do enough with it on the shot clock has reset. Not having a great day, the old technical bench. Joey Miller couldn't do enough with the attempt to keep it in. Threw it back to the Braves. Coach David Hogan calling the shots from the sideline there. Obviously sees something that no one else does. You know, he wants something very particular. Okay, Muo knows what it is now. Gets the ball to Turner.
I'm not sure what this play is. Just get the ball into Turner and get out of his way, I reckon.
Not a bad play. Oh, I think that's going to be a green ball, and it is. Okay, so an important end here for Ringwood. Get the chance to bring it back to even Steven with just 7.5 minutes to play. So Miller advances the ball slowly, brings it through halfway. Screens there from Latham. Miller is guarded by Turner. Long ball from...
And that puts Ringwood up by 1.
Ringwood are up by 1 after a long 3 from Matthew Fennell. If we were talking about a flashy look at Fennell guarding Muo. If we're talking about flashy players, who's the antithesis of the flashy player is Fennell.
Oh.
That's a Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's just a few bodies.
I don't know how he's picked that one out, Cade, to be honest. Yes, Fennell, the antithesis of the flashy player, he's a phenomenal scorer, a phenomenal rebounder, but no flash about him, no fuss. Great player, great captain. Towel boys are back. Have not bothered with the mop this time.
A big workout from them today.
Yeah, they've worked out the mop's rubbish. Okay, so it'll be Hansen to bring the ball back in. Ray Turner cutting through the paint. Bartlett has the ball. Running to the corner.
Joey Miller's defense intensity is really lifted.
There he goes. You're exactly right, Kate. Look at that. That's inspiring stuff.
That's something the Ringwood Hawks have been lacking in the past few weeks.
And famous for in the Big V.
I think the step up into the NBL1's really put them back in their shell. And hopefully the games to come remaining in the season, they can really showcase the talent they have out here at Ringwood.
Miller has the ball now. 1 point lead to the Hawks. Miller to Latham. Back to Truman. Extra pass and Sturt. No. That's got to be a green ball. No, I like that one, Cade. It was the momentum was definitely with the Braves' hands there.
And Bendigo with another warning.
Yeah.
It's the third or fourth
Here we
I've noticed.
Latham with the inbound pass. Looking to back Ray up here.
Oh, nice
Did
little
well.
post move there from the big fella.
Yep.
Sent him one way, went the other.
Question is, does Bendigo have an answer to the strength of Trevor Latham? Go, Joey Miller! Oh, and Burton. Somehow, Burton made a foul out of nothing there. I don't know how he managed to foul him. He did everything to keep out of the way and just put his hand in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And this Joey Miller intensity has really lifted the crowd out here in Ringwood.
Yep. They lead by 5 here at Ringwood with 6 minutes 12 to play.
That's something that's really been lacking. The disappointment of the start of the season has really scared away the crowd here at Ringwood, but today there's not a bad outcome with the outside the locker room campaign and that Ringwood's bringing into the junior system and the senior system.
Yep.
If you don't know what outside the locker room is, it's a mental health program that is really helping juniors and senior athletes understand themselves and be okay with everything that's going on. If you want to learn more about it, outside the locker room, just a Google search away, and
if you look up Google for outside the locker room, and you'll be able, and you Google the Ringwood and Bendigo game, you'll find a link to be able to buy one of the warm-up tops worn by the players here today. It's
fully signed by both teams.
I'll give you the direct link. If you've got a pen, get a pen right now if you're interested in that, because it's a tricky website. It's www.trybooking.com/508533 if you'd like to buy one of the outside the locker room warm-up jumpers from today's game. Joey Miller is at the line to put Ringwood 6 points up. He makes it and they go 6 points up. 6 minutes 12 to play. And Bendigo with it all to do. Hogan brings the ball to Bartlett. Miller's, you're right, the intensity of Joey Miller in defence here. Just making Bendigo think about every dribble. And bringing other guys into... Nathan Truman did it again. I reckon that's the second or third time we've seen Truman strip the ball from Ray Turner.
A bit of a questionable foul there.
Called on
Trevor Latham.
Trevor Latham, yeah. But Truey getting the help, the handy help there.
He has to be careful though.
Jumping, and he makes the basket.
Daniel
Muo's lost the headband, by the way.
Yeah, and Truey has to be careful leaving Hansen on the three-point line. Unbelievable three-point shooter.
Well, has he hit one today? What's he done today?
He's shooting the three-point at 50%. Oh no.
Meanwhile, Fennell tries a three, does not get there. It's 4-point lead to Ringwood.
Let me correct that. He's only shot the one three-point attempt this year, and he's made it. He's unbelievable, 100% from the three-point line.
You can't do much better than that. Muo now with the ball. Here he comes. Got a clear pathway to the basket and an easy one in the end. So a little comeback here.
The old headband was keeping him down a little bit.
Well, he's lost that, and it seems to have worked for him. Miller's got the ball now. They lead by 2 points to Ringwood. Little streak here from the Braves. Miller's got an opening. Finds Truman. He will shoot the ball. Yes! 3 points made by Nathan Truman.
And Truey would be thinking, click.
Yep. Give it back to me.
Get Truey the ball.
Yep. Hogan out to Muo. Looks hungry for a basket. Might have been fouled twice there, Muo, on his way through. Didn't get the call, but the basket's been made and it's back to 3 points. Bartlett defending Miller. 4 minutes, 15 to play. Miller, the long route. Turner with his hands in there a little bit. And Sturt goes past Muo to shoot from mid-range and makes it. 4 minutes to play. 5-point ball game. Muo Brings the ball past halfway.
Muo really being aggressive now.
Yeah.
Try not let Ringwood pull this game away.
Yeah, there he goes. Was that Hogan with the 3?
Hogan, the 400 CBL game veteran.
Yeah. Back to 2 points. What do we got? A whistle here for some reason. Foul on Bartlett. That'll be the 3rd foul for the quarter on Bendigo. Here's a little double team on Miller here, so maybe some help. Oh, God. Okay, Miller got the ball eventually. And it's Fennell with the ball. Oh, makes it underneath.
Oh.
He'll make about 8 out of 10 of those, I'd say. But not that one.
Very rare sight.
2-point lead to Ringwood. Ball comes into Turner. He's pushing Latham, Can't make the basket.
And he's been a bit quiet this quarter.
Yeah, he has. I think Trevor's done a good job defensively on him. Miller has the ball now. They're going to call a foul on Turner here.
The old throw your head back.
Yep. That'll be his 3rd foul. Not quite a worry to him at the moment. Here comes some mopping. Moppers now have a coach, it looks like.
Oh.
It was more an inspection than a mopping effort. Here comes Nathan Truman to bring the ball back in for Ringwood. Timeout to Ringwood, and we've got 3 minutes to play, a 2-point lead, and a chance here to draw something up for Kenny. What is he going to do?
Personally, I don't know, but I think it's a very smart timeout from Ken Harrington. The basketball, the new rules have put in. You only get your two timeouts in the last 2 minutes. So if you have your 3 timeouts still available, you lose your timeout.
Okay, so this is a freebie.
Yeah, so pretty much he's got a minute to use his timeout and give the players a bit of a breather before the last. I could be wrong on that. I think it could possibly be 1.
Yep.
But I know you lose your timeouts if you don't call it before.
A use
the
it or lose it
2 minute mark.
timeout here called by Ken Harrington, who takes a knee and is addressing his players quite intently. I think we're definitely in the home stretch here, and look, I was hopeful as a Ringwood fan that we could see some of our bigs curb the damage that Ray Turner was doing in the 3rd quarter. And it's Trevor Latham who's been given that job, and he's really done it. He's really done a great job on Ray Turner in this last quarter. The scoring has slowed down. Burton is still on the bench. We've seen Matayang Muo try a lot of aggressive offense, but to no avail, almost no avail, and Ringwood right in this. So Miller shooting and makes it. So that's out to 4 points. 2 minutes 52 to play, and Ringwood take a lead. There's that aggression on defence that you say from Miller. Bartlett keeps the ball though, and Hansen with it. Hansen sizes things up, gets into Muo. Defended well by both Truman and Matthew Fennell, but the shot over the top is made nonetheless. Miller comes away with the ball. Little hop and a step. Dribbles to the bench side. Spin. Oh, God.
Great no call by the referee.
Yeah.
Miller lost possession of the ball.
That little tap
So
doesn't count.
when you lose control of the ball, you're allowed to tap it back or grab it again.
Yeah. It's a great technical breakdown there for the viewers from Cade. Here comes Sturt with the ball. Gets around the screen, only to pass it back inboard to Miller, who's driving, and with the left hand loopy layup, doesn't drop. Ray Turner gets the rebound. Muo takes the ball into the attacking half for Bendigo. Goes left, goes right, and now the ball's with Bartlett. Muo looking to score. Sturt straight up, Trevor Latham straight up, and Muo couldn't get over the both of them.
Into a
Truman. He knows what he wants, and he gets it.
old scoops.
Made his 2 points, and Ringwood have a lead of 4. Bartlett brings the ball down the court.
Great outlet pass there by Sturt.
Muo taking the ball. Oh, Fennell pinching the ball from Muo. The defence there from both Nathan Truman and Matt Fennell was exceptional. Muo's been broadcasting his intentions for the whole quarter. He's going to try and score when he gets the ball. The two of them were smart enough to pick it up and weren't going to let it happen.
Muo can't believe he wasn't fouled there, I reckon. A lot of hands in there. But the referees are doing a good job letting the players just fight it out, not being a big influence on the game, which really suits these two teams with the bigger bodies, like to play physical basketball.
I do notice that players who are stripped of the ball often think they were fouled in the process.
They usually are the person, they reckon.
Muo gives it to Ray Turner. Trevor Latham been doing such a good job on Ray Turner. Yeah, it was good defence, but very strong, Ray.
And the Ringwood bench pleading for a travel there.
Miller now brings it through halfway. 2-point lead to the Hawks. Hogan defending him intently. Bartlett. So Matthew Bartlett there, reaching and giving away the foul, which will send Joey Miller to the line. A total of 5 players named Matthew out there today. It's a lot of Matthews. Joey Miller to the line. First one goes. So that's back to 3 points for Ringwood with a minute to play. Second free throw to Joey Miller. He's down and shots away, makes it. 4-point lead to the Hawks. Bartlett pushing the ball. Here goes Hansen. Hogan gives it out to Muo. Muo stepping and shooting. Sturt comes up with it. I think the wrong shot there from Muo.
He's just been very aggressive this quarter.
Aggressive is a word for it. I don't think he's scored at nearly the rate that justifies the aggression. Truman, no good.
That one would have sealed it.
Muo gets the ball. And Hansen goes, no, didn't make it. Oh, that's a foul. Well, with 16 seconds of play, a 4-point lead. Ray Turner gives away the unsportsmanlike foul. Calls the moppers into action and sends Joey Miller, is it going to be, to the line? Trevor Latham? No, it's Miller. Miller gets to the line, so I think we're seeing the opportunities here for Bendigo just trickle away. 2 free throws made here, you would imagine, makes it almost beyond gettable for Bendigo.
Have to get a couple of quick 3-point looks. Maybe a possible overtime if he makes both free throws, but other from that, it's pretty much game over, I believe.
Do you have a tip on what do you think you'll see out of the huddle here for Bendigo?
They just got to push the ball in a quick 3-point jack up and then probably a foul and hope Ringwood miss both free throws.
Who do you think we go to for the 3-point jack up? Got to be Hansen with his 100% season record, doesn't it?
Yeah, or Hogan. I would be getting the ball in Hogan's hand.
Yeah. Oh, Hogan for 3.
The veteran.
Yeah. So it's 5 points to Hogan today. We've got 22 to Muo. 25 to Turner. Turner and Muir lead the scoring for Bendigo now. Sturt and Fennell lead the scoring for Ringwood. Fennell with 6 rebounds at Ringwood and 16 for Turner. So it's a really well-rounded performance. If Ringwood go on to win this, it's a really they've really shared the workload around, and they haven't had any particular stars. I wouldn't think.
No one's really stood out. I've really noticed Joey Miller on the defensive end, which has really impressed me. But other from that, Sturt's put up a couple of big-time shots. Matty Fennell's really come alive in this second half. Had only the 2 points in the first half.
And so 12 in this second half for Fennell.
Jacob possibly could have gone off for a big night, but unfortunately due to injury hasn't played much.
So both free throws were made. Hansen just put it out of bounds. Can't believe it. He hit the ball out of court. Would you say Hansen was a one-hit wonder, Kate?
Yeah.
Miller takes the ball. It looks like Hogan does what you suggested and puts it up for 3. And 9 seconds to play. Bartlett trying to foul, not successfully, and it's going to trickle out for Ringwood to win by
wraps it up.
6 points.
A very well-needed win by the Ringwood Hawks.
Very good. Win to the Hawks today. They fancied their chances coming in against the mid-table Braves, and they've gone away with the win on this outside the locker room day here at the Rings. We'll go to Cade for a few more special comments and a bit of a wrap-up about why the Hawks won and what's going to give us a bit of an insight here.
Ringwood just came out more aggressive in that final term, really pushed the ball hard, played together. There's been patches during the season where they haven't played together as a group, but in that final corner of the likes of Truman and Matty Fennell really working hard together and bringing the team culture closer together, which has been lacking the last few weeks.
Well, it was great to see in front of the home crowd on such a special occasion on the outside the locker room day. Great win from the Ringwood Hawks. I hope you've enjoyed the afternoon in front of the internet. I'm Adrian, this has been Cade with me, and we've really enjoyed broadcasting it for you. So we'll see you later, maybe next time. Bye.